Good afternoon, we're at Bellevue, the home of Wakefield, for this Stones Bitter Championship game between Wakefield Trinity and Warrington. The teams for this afternoon's game: Wakefield at 1, Kevin Harkham; 2, Russell Klein; 3, Steve Halliwell; at 4, Phil Eden; 5, Lindsay Rutherford; at 6, John Lyons; 7, Nigel Bell; 8, Gary Van Bellen; 9, Billy Conway; 10, Gary Cox; 11, Neil Kelly; at 12, Ian Douglas; and 13, Ian Sheldon. Substitutes for Wakefield: 14, Gary Thornton; and 15, Ian Hopkinson. The Warrington side: at 1, Brian Johnson; 2, Kevin Meadows; at 3, Mark Forster; 4, Ray Dwayne; 5, Des Drummond; 6, Ken Kelly; at 7 is Steve Peters; 8, Les Boyd; 9, Tony Hodson; 10, Kevin Tamasy; at 11 is Phil Catewell; 12, Joe Rapazzi; and 13, Bob Jackson. Substitutes for Warrington this afternoon: 14, Darren Abrams; and 15, Roy Campbell. The referee for this afternoon's game is from Easing Wall, it's Jerry Kershaw. His linesmen are Mr. Robinson and Mr. Pickett. The Wakefield side take the field, still looking for their first win of the season. 1 point to their name, that came against Barrow in a draw. While Warrington still in the shouts in the championship, thanks to a defeat by St Helens in midweek. And of course, Warrington unbeaten in Yorkshire this season, having good wins against Leeds, Halifax, Castleford and Featherstone. Bitterly cold afternoon, as it always seems to be in Yorkshire. A wind blowing from left to right as we look. It's the two captains, Les Boyd and Nigel Bell, assisted by the Wakefield mascots, will toss the coin in the centre of the field.
Just a reminder for the benefit of latecomers, the changes to the teams from the programme. For Warrington, number 3 is Mark Foster. The half-backs change round, the second row men change round. Substitutes: Abrams at 14 and Roy Campbell at 15. For Trinity, number 12.
And the teams will stay as they are, so Warrington will be playing from left to right in this first half as we look in their change strip of blue shirts with the yellow and white V, blue shorts, blue socks with the yellow trim. Wakefield in the red, white and blue, and it'll be Warrington who'll get this game underway. Bob Jackson taking over the goal-kicking responsibilities in the absence of Paul Bishop, who's in France with the under-21s, along with Gary Sanderson. So Bob Jackson gets his Stones Bitter Championship underway. Bounces awkwardly over on that far side and a knock-on in the first seconds, and Warrington in possession from the kick-off. Tony Hodson's acting half-back, sends it on to Tamasy. Tamasy charging forward, takes place just short of the Wakefield 25 before he's brought down. Hodson once more, swings it on to Peters, he gives a dummy, he's quickly caught by Nigel Bell. Tony Hodson once more, hands it on to Boyd. Boyd drives forward, gets the ball away to Hodson, backing up well on his left hand side. And Warrington in the opening minutes launch an attack inside the Wakefield 25. It's on to Ken Kelly. Kelly brings in Dwayne. Dwayne gets away from one man, hands off another. Dwayne still charging forward. And Wakefield in possession in the shape of Ian Douglas. Conway to Van Bellen. Conway once more, sends it out right. Gary Cox, he's held up in the tackle. Conway once more, swinging it across the line this time, Wakefield, but look a bit flat. John Lyons and Warrington quickly up in the shape of Mark Foster and Ken Kelly. Going across the line, and the ball's dropped by Phil Eden. Referee's whistle gone for a knock-on. And the first scrum of the afternoon, midway inside the Wakefield 25. And the knock-on from Phil Eden. Warrington heading ball, Peters puts the ball in, Warrington in possession, referee wasn't satisfied, leg up, free kick to Wakefield. And it's Kevin Harkham who kicks for touch on this near side. Goes into somebody's backyard behind me as Conway takes second part of the penalty. Bell brings in Van Bellen. Steve Peters was quickly up, along with Joe Rapati to bring him down. Conway once more, sends it out right, poor pass, it was well taken. And Rapati along with Steve Peters once more in the tackle. Conway sends it out right. Lyons. Halliwell sends it out right. Van Bellen switches it back inside to Halliwell, looking for a gap. Had no support on his left hand side. Good tackle from Bob Jackson. A kick comes in from Ian Sheldon, well taken by Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson now moves forward. Des Drummond then from the acting half-back position. He clears the halfway line. He's brought down a couple of inches inside the Wakefield half. Hodgson to Boyd. Boyd, nice slip pass on to Kelly. Good cover tackle coming in from Douglas, and Les Boyd there along with Gary Cox. Having a little argument in the 3rd minute of the game. The linesman on this near side. And also over on that far side, it was Les Boyd and Gary Cox, the two offenders. And Cox penalised for throwing a fist after the tackle, gives Warrington the penalty. Bob Jackson then kicked a couple of times this season in the league match at Halifax, and also in that John Player Special Trophy semi-final against Widnes. Once again we lose another ball. Ball finally comes on from over on that far side. Tony Hodgson will take the second pass of the penalty just outside the Wakefield 25. Hodgson takes it, it's Tamty driving forward. Takes place just inside the 25 before he stopped. Hodgson once again goes to the acting half-back position, sends it on to Catewell. Catewell drives in, good driving run from Catewell. This time it's Hodgson once more, sends it blindside with Peters. Peters brings in Rapati, charging forward, knocks off two men, hands it on to Hodgson. Obstruction surely on Johnson. Warrington back in possession, but a knock on, but as that pass was delivered, Brian Johnson was blatantly obstructed. Referee though gives the knock on and a scrum down. Nigel Bell puts the ball in, goes straight through. Scrum will reform. Ball goes in, Bell in possession. Once again the referee not satisfied with the scrums, and once again the penalty goes to Wakefield. Foot up in the scrum once again. Kevin Harkham once again to put the ball for touch, and once again it goes straight out of the ground. But unluckily bounces back in. The tap's taken, and it's Nigel Bell who has to drive his way out of his own 25. Conway goes himself on the play, the ball moves forward. He's stopped by Steve Peters. Bell, Lyons. Long floated pass, well taken. Halliwell swings it out Eden. Back inside to Halliwell. He's finally brought down by Ken Kelly and Mark Foster. And the linesman's on, over on that far side for an infringement. He's going to call over Mark Foster. Mark Foster will have a talking to by the referee. For a fist thrown, gives the penalty to Wakefield Trinity. So Kevin Harkham put for touch over on that far side. Once again, makes no mistake. Conway takes it. Boyd's quickly up there with Catewell. The ball gets on though to Nigel Bell. Conway. Van Bellen throws a wire pass back. It's well taken though by Harkham. He goes across field, finally straightens up. He's stopped then by Peters. Tamity and Hodgson. Conway once more, Lyons. Eden gives a dummy, tries to go himself. Looks for support, throws the ball back. And Wakefield move into the Warrington half of the field for the first time. Goes blindside with Van Bellen, nice flip pass there. Neil Kelly gets the ball away. Forward pass, says the referee, Mr. Kershaw. Seven minutes gone of the first half. Still, Wakefield 0, Warrington 0. Steve Peters comes round to put the ball in. 10 yards inside his own half. Peters puts the ball in. Scrum collapses, comes out to Wakefield. It's picked up by Ian Sheldon. And Wakefield in possession, 10 yards inside the Warrington half. Bell going across field. Catewell slipped. Wakefield then the first real attack of the game for them. Van Bellen, he drives forward. Gets the ball away, a nice one to Lyons. Lyons finally caught by Bob Jackson and Ken Kelly. Conway sends it left on this near side to Sheldon. Sheldon brings in Neil Kelly. Kelly gives the dummy. He's finally caught low by Les Boyd. Rutherford. Long pass with Sheldon, well taken by Conway. And Conway, Lyons. He's caught by Mark Foster. 6th tackle then for Wakefield. Conway chips it forward. Does drums there, takes it safely. And he's tackled by Russell Klein. So Warrington midway inside their own 25. It's Ronnie Dwayne who drives forward. 3 Wakefield players are there to meet him. And the ball was dropped. And a knock on. And another scrum down just inside the Warrington 25. Steve Peters puts the ball in. Warrington in possession. Peters onto Kelly. Kelly. Hands off Lyons. Still Ken Kelly. Hands off another. Good liquor run clearing his lines from Ken Kelly. Clears his 25 before he was stopped by Bell. This time it's Dwayne onto Peters. Peters to Jackson. Jackson drives forward. He's stopped by his opposite number, Sheldon. Hodgson this time. Near side to Tamity. Tamity turns in the tackle away to Hodgson. Tamity to Peters. Kelly. Run around with Peters. Brings in Catewell. Avoids a high tackle. Catewell still going. Makes it just short of the halfway line before he stops. 6th tackle then for Warrington. Goes back to Bob Jackson. Jackson kicks downfield. It's a good one. Bounces awkwardly for Russell Klein, but he takes it well. Klein now moves forward for Wakefield. Runs straight into Peters. And Jackson, and they bring him down. Much to the displeasure of the Wakefield fans. Those few have decided to come. This time it's Van Bellen. Conway acting hard back for Wakefield. Bell onto Lyons. Lyons looking for a gap himself. Lilly finds it. No support though. Taps it to himself quickly. Has to go himself once more. And he finds a good gap now. John Lyons. He's got Conway with him. Conway's charging forward. Drummond's coming across. Drummond slips and Conway will score. Conway scores underneath the post for Wakefield. At the 11th minute, it makes it 4-0. It was a good break there from the standoff, John Lyons. Good backing up from Conway. Des Drummond came across, but slipped on this muddy surface. And Conway goes in under the post for the first score of the afternoon, makes it Wakefield 4, Warrington 0. Harkham then, with a conversion attempt. Warrington already warmed up a substitution, Roy Campbell. As Harkham comes up and puts it safely through. 12 minutes gone of the game. Make that try from Conway converted by Harkham. Makes the score Wakefield Trinity 6, Warrington 0, and Les Boyd looks to be coming off. So his number is up, but it's put back down. And it looks like Les Boyd has left the field. Roy Campbell is definitely on. Yes, and Les Boyd has left the field in the 12th minute of the game. And the ball goes loose. It's picked up by Des Drummond. Drummond knocks off one man, still going, goes across field. Warrington then looking for an immediate reply. Midway inside the Wakefield Trinity half. This time it's Campbell, his first touch, he drives forward. Makes about 5 yards before he's stopped. This time it's Hodson, shorting onto Tamity. Tamity strides forward. 3 Wakefield players are there to bring him down. Tony Hodson to Ken Kelly. Peters brings in Jackson. Jackson drives forward, gets the ball into a party. The ball goes loose. Wakefield back in possession in the shape of Nigel Bell. Lindsay Rutherford, he makes a couple of yards before he's stopped. Bell shorting onto Van Bellen. He follows at the feet of Peters and Catewell. Conway swings it outright. Lyons kicks downfield. It's a good one. Johnson's after it, hits his knee. Brian Johnson, and he's stopped by Neil Kelly. Campbell drives forward, good driving run from Roy Campbell there. Takes play back inside the Wakefield half. This time it's Drummond, he goes himself. Skips out of one tackle, still Drummond goes across field, gets out of another. He's finally stopped. It looks like Roy Campbell's injured after just coming onto the field. Kelly, space here for Dwayne. Dwayne drives forward, gets the ball away to Foster. Foster now cuts back inside. Still Foster, he makes it to the 25. And obstruction there on Ken Kelly by Ian Sheldon. Gives Warrington the penalty. And Bob Jackson will put for touch on this near side. A chance now here for Warrington. Mid-range at the 25. 6 tackles. Kevin Meadows will take it. Taps it, goes himself. Drives in. 5 yards away now from the Wakefield line. Hodson's acting half-back. Campbell's charging in. Campbell now drives forward. He's stopped by Ian Douglas. Hodson, this time it's Catewell. Hodson once more, swings it out to Reparty. Reparty drives forward, just held up over the Wakefield line. Couple of inches short there, Joe Reparty. Hodson swings it out. Peters under pressure. Manages to get the ball away to Jackson. Jackson to Tamity. The ball goes loose. Ball still loose. Finally, Tamity has it once more. And the final decision is a knock on and a scrum down. 15 minutes gone of the game. It's Wakefield 36, Warrington 0. There's a scrum down midway inside the Wakefield 25. And once again, the referee decides to give a penalty to Wakefield. Once again, exactly the same position, which allows them to relieve the pressure. And once again, the ball sails out of the ground. Conway to take the tap. Driving run by Gary Cox. The ball's loose. And it's finally knocked on by Lyons. And another scrum down just outside the 25 this time. Peters puts the ball in. Wakefield in possession. Bell. Gary Cox acting half-back, sends it right. Coming into the action, Phil Eden. But Phil Eden can't make much ground against Bob Jackson. Bell to Lyons. Good run there from Neil Kelly. Swings it right with Van Bellen. Van Bellen brings in Halliwell. And that will be a high tackle over on that far side. Gives Wakefield a penalty against Steve Peters. Referee stops the clock. So, Wakefield play back to his feet, and Harkham to put for touch over on that far side. Once again, he makes no mistake, sets Wakefield up on the attack once more. Looks like we have a set move coming up. Goes straight across the line to Van Bellen, and the ball was dropped from Harkham when he had a huge gap. Ken Kelly has to go back. The ball's kicked across, Roy Dwayne will have to pick it up. And Dwayne's finally caught by Nigel Bell. Roy Campbell. Campbell drives forward. Good little driving run from Campbell. Takes 3 Wakefield forwards to stop him. Hodson this time to Jackson. Jackson, he makes it just short of his own 25-yard line before he's stopped by Neil Kelly. This time it's Catewell. Hodson to Kelly. Kelly to Peters. Peters. He's caught in possession by Sheldon. Goes back to Jackson. Jackson kicks it forward. And Wakefield back in possession in the shape of Steve Halliwell. Driving forward this time in Douglas. Conway to Lyons. Lyons going across field, brings in Van Bellen driving forward. Wakefield once again on the attack. Sheldon gives a dummy, looks for the gap. Good tackle though coming in from Phil Catewell. Lyons to Conway. This space over on that far side, and it's found by Harkham. Good tackle coming in from Roy Campbell there as Harkham was in full flight. Lyons, high bomb, goes straight across, taken by Lindsay Rutherford, but that's 6 tackles and the turnover. Steve Peters will take it to Catewell. Catewell swings it on to Tamati. Tamati knocks off one man, clears his own 25 before he's stopped. Kevin Meadows goes himself on the play of the ball, making more ground. Halfway through the first half, Wakefield leading by 6-0. Peters to Kelly. Kelly gives a dummy that finds a gap down the middle of the field. Kelly still going. Good run there from Ken Kelly. Hodson this time to Catewell. Catewell driving forward, finds space. Takes play back into the Wakefield half of the field. Hodson to Kelly. Peters. Nice pass onto Rapati. Rapati's got a gap now. Rapati's charging forward. Still Joe Rapati. He's finally stopped by fullback Harkham. 6 tackle there for Warrington. Steve Peters. Peters onto Kelly. Kelly kicks it forward. Meadows is after it. And Meadows has it. And the ball goes dead. And the referee's decision. Looks like a tap from the 25 for Wakefield. Kelly, he makes about 5 yards. Bell goes himself. Stopped by Hodson and Rapati. Goes on to this near side to Cox. He's stopped by Tamati, manages to get the ball away. Matt Foster's there, but it's on to Lyons. Lyons now, there's space now here for Kelly. Kelly drives forward. Stopped on the halfway line by Peters, sitted by Jackson. Lyons to Conway. Conway moves forward, throws a nice pass out. It's released for Eden. Eden cuts back inside, gets back up. Eden's still going. Still Phil Eden. He finds another gap, makes it to the 25 before he stopped. Wakefield once again on the attack with Conway. He sends it outright with Van Bellen. Van Bellen to Halliwell, to Bell. Bell finds a gap, kicks it forward. The ball goes loose, the linesman's on. Penalty right on the line. Ryan Johnson obstructed Nigel Bell as he kicks ahead. Penalty then to Wakefield, a couple of yards from the Warrington line. And Wakefield will try and add 2 points to the score. In the shape of Kevin Harkham. Harkham then comes up, right-footed, and he slots the ball safely through. So Wakefield 38, Warrington 0, with 23 minutes gone of the first half. Well, Wakefield put up a good first half performance when they came to Wilderspool and led 12-2 at half time, but Warrington came back in the second half to finally win by 28 points to 16. The game shaping up as that one did, with Wakefield taking the initiative in the first half. Conway then for Wakefield. On to Lyons. Sheldon gives a dummy, brings in Bell. Bell's well tackled by Peters. Sheldon kicks downfield. Little Grummer kick into touch. So, scrum down, 5 yards inside the Warrington half of the field. Peters puts the ball in, Wakefield. Peters goes in for it, and Warrington in possession in the shape of Steve Peters. Looks to have lost that one, but dived in just to beat Bell. Should be 6 more tackles as the ball hit Bell. Campbell drives forward. Referee does signal 6 more tackles. Just inside the Wakefield half then Warrington. Tony Hodgson's acting half-back. He brings in Catewell. Catewell drives forward. Makes good ground, throws the ball back. It goes loose. Tamsy gets on it. On to Ken Kelly. Kelly now moves forward. Hodgson once more. Swings it right with Peters. Peters brings in Reparty. Reparty onto Foster. Foster moves forward. The ball goes loose. Picked up by Wakefield. Rutherford. Conway. On to Lyons. Lyons switches it back to Van Bellen. Van Bellen throws it back to Sheldon. Tries to drive his way through. Conway. Neil Kelly makes a couple of yards before he stopped by Tamati and Hodgson. Conway gives a dummy, goes himself, finds a gap, makes about 5 yards before he stops. 6 tackle then for Wakefield. Sheldon, another kick. Mark Foster manages to get it. The ball's kicked on by Rutherford. Kevin Meadows then dives on it for Warrington. And Warrington back in possession, midway side of their own half. Lindsay Rutherford's injured. As Brian Johnson takes that one well, goes across field, on to Peters. Peters straightens up. Hodgson sends it out left with Campbell. Campbell makes it to the halfway line before he stopped. Hodgson to Kelly. Peters run around with Kelly, brings in Jackson. Jackson finds a gap. Jackson's away now. He's got Reparty to his left. Reparty now is powering forward, and Joe Reparty will score. Good try there from Joe Reparty. His 4th in 2 games. scored a hat-trick last week and gets his name on the score sheet again. And opens Warrington and counts with a good try, thanks to a beautiful pass which released Bob Jackson. And Rapati backing up well on his left goes in for Warrington's first points. Wakefield 8, Warrington 4. So Bob Jackson, whose initial break made that try for Joe Rapati, try and convert Rapati's try. Comes up, and a good kick from Bob Jackson, safely through. Makes the score Wakefield 38, Warrington 6. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Harkin then restarts for Wakefield. It's a deep kick. Jackson comes for it, takes it safely. Jackson then charges out on 25. He's finally pushed back. Hudson, Tamati, releasing Johnson. Johnson's now flying. Johnson onto Kelly. Kelly's moving forward onto Catewell. He's got Johnson with him, and Johnson now takes it well. And Johnson won't get it. Nobody's got to stop Brian Johnson. What a try from right inside the road, 25, the length of the field for Brian Johnson to score. A lovely flowing move there from one end of the field to the other. It was an initial break from Johnson. He got the ball away to Kelly. Kelly was caught, got it onto Catewell. Catewell was caught, but Johnson was backing up once more. And Johnson goes in under the posts to put Warrington into the lead for the first time this afternoon. Perfect. So Bob Jackson to try and convert Brian Johnson's try. And he puts it safely through. Makes the score Wakefield 8, Warrington 12. So Kevin Harkin to restart. A bit of a hostile Wakefield crowd. Brian Johnson takes it safely, gives it on to Des Drummond. Drummond now moves forward, drives forward, great break from Drummond. Finally caught by Bell, but good clearing the lines there from Des Drummond, getting knees in the face from Lyons. Referee does nothing. Kelly onto Tamati, the ball goes straight up in the air. Kelly is back there to retrieve it for Warrington. And the referee gives a scrum down, unbelievable. Ken Kelly can't believe it. And I don't think all the Warrington fans in the crowd can believe that one. The ball hit Tamati on the shoulder, went straight up in the air. Ken Kelly caught it, and he gives a scrum down. Where do they find these referees' decisions sometimes? I do not know. And then free kick goes to Wakefield Trinity for talking. So that decision from Kershaw gives Wakefield a chance in the Warrington 25. Got two balls on the pitch. The referee doesn't seem to bother as Bellin drives forward. Tamati's there, along with Campbell and Hudson to bring him down. Conway's acting half-back. Charging forward Cox. Good tackle Campbell. 10 yards from the Warrington line. Sheldon switches it back to Bell. Bell just caught. Conway sends it out right, Lions. The ball's dropped by Cox, and Kelly's there once more. Goes right. Harkham. Campbell drives in. Tony Hodson's acting half-back then for Warrington. Tamati drives forward. Tony Hodson then acting half-back. Sends it out to Peters. Peters to Kelly. Kelly brings in Johnson. Johnson was caught by Kelly. Kelly this time. He's caught by Neil Kelly. Hodson to Jackson. Jackson kicks downfield, a spinning kick, sending Rutherford back. And Rutherford picks it up safely and moves forward. And he runs into Steve Peters, and Steve Peters brings him down. Sheldon goes to the acting half-back position then for Wakefield, goes himself. Makes a couple of yards. Nice break there from Bell. Conway, Lions. Sheldon swings it back, decides to keep hold. Lions. Van Bellen gets the ball away to Lions. Good tackle from Kevin Tamati. 6 tackle then for Wakefield. Halliwell decides to kick downfield, kicked into space. Kevin Meadows and Brian Johnson come for it. And Brian Johnson takes it safely. Goes round Halliwell. Brian Johnson swings it out then to Dwayne. Ken Kelly on to Campbell. Campbell moves forward over on that far side. He's finally stopped by Halliwell. Linesman flag goes up over on that far side for a scrum down. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Wakefield 8, Warrington 12. Nigel Bell goes round to put the ball in for Wakefield. Referee not happy with the scrums. Ball goes straight through once more. And Wakefield in possession. Bell driving forward. Makes it into the 25 before he stopped by his opposite number, Peters. Lyons to Sheldon, brings in Harkham. Well, he's dumped to the floor by Dwayne. Lyons goes himself. Dwayne's there once more. Goes out right. Long pass from Halliwell. Sheldon throws the ball back. It's dropped by Halliwell. The ball bouncing loose. Conway has it, but it'll be a knock on and a scrum down. Peters puts the ball in, White's in possession. Peters, Kelly now onto Johnson. Johnson's got space out to Foster. Foster now moves forward. He's found a gap. Foster's away. Will anybody stop him? It's a chase. Nobody's going to stop Matt Foster. Foster will score in the corner. No trouble there for Matt Foster. Found the gap. tricked the Wakefield defence, and Foster scores in the corner. It was a good break from Kelly onto Johnson. He brought in Foster. Foster managed to get through the Wakefield defence and score in the corner. Makes it 16-8. So Bob Jackson with a difficult conversion attempt on this near touch line. Jackson then comes up, he strikes it well, but just falls short. So Wakefield Trinity 8, Warrington 16, with 2 minutes to go in this first half. So Harcombe to restart for Wakefield. A deep kick. Johnson comes for it, takes it safely, swings it on to Drummond. Drummond now moves forward, makes it to his own 25-yard line before he's stopped. Hudson to Tamity. Tamity turns in the tackle, trying to go through himself. Hudson to Kelly. Brings in Capewell. Johnson onto Bob Jackson. Jackson now moves forward. Hudson, line side with Capewell. Sixth tackle then for Warrington. Midway inside their own half. Tony Hudson's acting halfback. Sends it with Kelly. Kelly kicks downfield. And that's ball back as it goes straight into touch for a scrum down. Closing minutes of the first half. Warrington leading 16-8. Ball goes in from Bell. Wakefield in possession. Bell looking for a gap himself. Caught by Kelly, assisted by Jackson. Goes left with Sheldon. And the ball's away to Halliwell and he slips with the line really at his mercy. Steve Halliwell there slipped. Van Bellen turns, throws the ball away to Kelly, brings in Lyons. Lyons is caught by Dwayne. And there goes the half-time hoot-up. Warrington going at the interval leading by 16-8. It was Wakefield in the opening minutes who took the initiative thanks to a try from Conway and 2 goals from Harcombe. Then Warrington took control with tries from Johnson, Foster and Reparty. 2 goals from Jackson. So the team's going here at Bellevue in Wakefield. The score is Wakefield Trinity 8, Warrington 16. So the teams return for the second half. Warrington with an 8-point advantage, 16-8. Wakefield have made a substitution on is Ian Hopkinson. Not clear who is replaced at the moment. So Kevin Harcombe gets the second half underway. A lofted kick. It's well taken by Joe Reparty. Reparty immediately drives forward. Good driving run from Reparty, clears his 25. Hudson to Tamity. Tamity moves forward. He's had to keep hold of the ball. Hudson once more. Sends it out to Peters. Peters gives a dummy. Gets away from Hopkinson. Drives forward once more. Kevin Tarrant moving forward. Gets the ball away. And the referee gives a forward pass to ironic Wakefield cheers. So a scrum down, a couple of inches inside the Warrington half, and Wakefield in possession. Bell is still going, finally caught by Peters. Lyons on this near side to Sheldon, brings in substitute Hopkinson. Hopkinson drops the ball. Well, not a good start to the game for Ian Hopkinson. He missed the tackle, and then he drops the ball. It looks like he's replaced Gary Cox as Hopkinson's going. As Drummond charges forward, he's stopped by Lyons. Plays it quickly to Peters, on to Kelly. Kelly, nice pass out to Dwayne, he took it well. Dwayne hands off one man, drives in once more. Ken Kelly goes himself across field, switches it back to Jackson. Jackson finds a huge gap. Finally held up and brought down by Kelly. Hodson to Tamati. Tamati driving through himself, knocks off one man. Finally brought down on the halfway line. Hodson to Kelly. Peters, Johnson, nice move here, Reparty. Reparty driving in well. Brian Johnson to Ken Kelly. Peters run around with Kelly. Ken Kelly's still going, swings it back to Campbell. Campbell turns. Finally brought down. 6 tackle there for Warrington, 5 yards inside of the Wakefield Trinity half of the field. Tony Holton's acting halfback, he puts it back to Bob Jackson. Jackson, high kick downfield. Harkham takes it safely. Kevin Harkham then moves forward. Clears his 25 before he meets Ken Kelly and Phil Catewell. Another 5th. Just a couple of yards. Still going, gets away from the tackle there. Lindsay Rutherford. Conway swings it out left. Conway once more runs to the acting halfback position, turns it out left. Sheldon gives a dummy, he's moving forward. The ball goes loose and goes out of play for a scrum down. So referee having trouble with these scrums at the moment, and finally gives the penalty to Wakefield. Harkham then puts the ball into touch over on that far side. Conway to take it. Van Bellen. Conway out to Lyons. Manages to get the ball away to Bell, and Bell moves forward now. Nigel Bell still going, gets the ball away to Hopkinson. Wakefield then on the attacking side of the 25, Conway. And finally, after 45 minutes of the game has been played, referee finally decides to give an offside decision against Warrington. So 5 minutes gone of the second half, 45 minutes gone of the game. Referee showing his consistency, giving the first offside decision. So Kevin Harkham, 2 goals so far this afternoon for him. He comes up and puts it safely through. First points of the second half go to Wakefield, 16-10. Warrington now lead. Steve Peters then this time to restart for Warrington. Hopkinson goes back for it, takes it safely. He's immediately tackled inside zone 25. Lindsay Rutherford, he clears his 25 and makes a couple of yards. Conway. And he loses his shot. As a kick downfield comes in from Harkham. Brian Johnson's there. Lets it go past him, and Brian Johnson picks it up for Warrington. Goes across field. Throws out a pass to Drummond, who gets away from Eden. Drummond now moves forward, gets away from another, he's still going. Finally caught by Van Bellen. And a penalty. And Van Bellen lying on the tackle. Warrington given the penalty. So Bob Jackson to put for touch. Hodson to Campbell. Campbell drives in. Hodson once more to Kevin Tamati. Tamati moves forward. He's stopped by Hopkinson. Hodson once more swings it out right with Kelly. Peters running around with Kelly, brings in a party driving 4, gets away from 2, he gets away from 3, he gets it on to Johnson, Johnson will score so easily. Great break for Joe Reparty, he made that himself. Second try of the afternoon for Brian Johnson. It was Joe Reparty who just stormed through the Wakefield defence, nobody could lay a hand on him, and it was Brian Johnson linking up on his left hand side. He received the pass from Joe Reparty and Brian Johnson scores to make it 20-10 in favour of Warrington. So Bob Jackson, 2 goals so far, and that's his 3rd. Wakefield treated 10, Warrington 22. A second try for Brian Johnson. Harkham then to restart for Wakefield. Campbell traps it with his foot and picks it up safely, moves forward. Hodson, Catewell juggled with it. Ball falls to Wakefield. Lions, Bell in fact it is. He makes a couple of yards inside the Warrington 25 before he's stopped by Kevin Talented. Conway. Obstruction there, surely Sheldon's away. And Sheldon scores in the corner, blatant obstruction. Well, we don't hear the Wakefield fans crying now. Blatant obstruction as Sheldon went through. Referee allowed it to go on. And Sheldon scored in the corner for their second try. So Harkham over on that far touchline with the conversion attempt. And goes through from Harkham. Makes it Wakefield 16, Warrington 22. Peters restarts. Taken safely by Kelly. Conway sends it left with Van Bellen. Conway once more, Hopkinson. Lyons. Kick comes in from Sheldon. Should go straight to Johnson. Bounces up nicely for him. Brian Johnson out to Meadows. Meadows finds space, charges forward, back into the Wakefield half of the field he goes. Peters. Kelly. Foster. Foster gets away from a tackle. Just caught by Lindsay Rutherford. Ken Kelly brings in Campbell. Campbell moving forward, driving in. "12 minutes gone of the second half. Lovely dummy from Kelly, and Kelly's away. Ken Kelly gives a dummy. Just stopped by Harkham. And a penalty for obstruction on Brian Johnson. Gives Warrington the penalty. So Bob Jackson will go for goal. As the sun comes out, but still a bitterly icy cold wind blowing. Jackson then comes up and safely, is it? No, wide from Bob Jackson. But Warrington should regain possession, drop out from the 25 for Wakefield. Catewell comes for it, takes it safely, moves forward. Kevin Tamati onto Bob Jackson. Tamati once more goes himself, switches it back to Campbell. Campbell decides to keep hold of it as Hodgson was in support. Peters to Kelly. Foster. Looking for a gap, finds it onto Dwayne. Dwayne gives a dummy, still going. Just caught by Russell Klein. Kelly going across the line. Tamati, Peters, Jackson. Just can't get the ball away. 6 tackle then for Warrington. It's out to Kelly. Kelly charged down. Picked up by Joe Rapati. Rapati drives in. And that's 6 tackles and the turnover. Surely it should have been 6 more tackles. The ball judged by Mr. Kershaw to have been charged out. Lyons onto Van Bellen. Throws the ball back. Space now for Halliwell to Klein. Oh, good tackle from Des Drummond there. Crunching tackle. And Russell Klein felt that one. Good tackle from Drummond, forcing Klein. The tackle made him lose the ball, so a scrum down. 10 yards inside the Wakefield half. 16 minutes gone. Warrington leading 22-16 in the second half. Peters onto Drummond. Drummond onto Kelly. Kelly. Hands off one man. Kelly still going. Cuts inside another. He's still going. Good run from Kelly. Looks for the gap once more. Good run there from Ken Kelly. Sets Warrington up and you tap once more. Peters out to Dwayne. Dwayne held up in the tackle. Goes out left with Kelly. Brings in Capewell driving in. Hudson to Kelly. Peters. Long pass onto Jackson. Jackson's found the gap. Jackson's away now. Swings it back to Dwayne. And Dwayne scores in the corner. Good try for Ronnie Dwayne. And Des Drummond injured there. He was obstructed by Russell Klein as he went to try and go for the try. Dwayne might have squirmed over anyway. And Des Drummond back on his feet. So Bob Jackson with a conversion attempt on this near touch line to try and convert the Ronnie Dwayne try. He comes up, just hooks it. Wakefield 16, Warrington 26. Harkham restarts for Wakefield, a high lofted one. Safely taken by Roy Campbell. And he runs in hard. Hudson to Tamati. Hudson once more. Capewell gets away from one tackle. Drives in. Peters to Kelly. The party to Peters. Long pass misses out. Jackson brings in Foster looking for a gap. Just caught by Lyons. 6 tackle then for Warrington. Drummond back to Bob Jackson. Jackson a high lofted one. Harkham's underneath it. Takes it safely. Harkham going across field. Straightens up. Runs into Tamati and Kelly. Conway to Van Bellen. Swings it back. Finally, the ball's dropped by Neil Kelly. And a scrum down midway inside the Wakefield half of the field. Peters puts the ball in. Warrington in possession. Peters, Foster, looking for a gap, brings in Johnson. Yeah, a good tackle there to stop Brian Johnson. Wakefield lying on in the tackle, allowing the players to get back. Campbell. Hodson goes himself, turns, throws it back to Tamati. Tamati, the ball goes on to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly back to Peters, onto Rapati in space. Now Rapati is powering forward. Rapati gets past the fullback, he knocks off another. The ball goes loose. And Warrington back in possession in Ronnie Dwayne. But a knock on and a scrum down right in front of the Wakefield Trinity posts. Halfway through the second half, 20 minutes to go. Warrington leading by 26 points to 16. Ball goes in. Warrington in possession. Steve Peters to Dwayne in space now here for Dwayne. On to Kelly. Kelly still going. Back to Ronnie Dwayne. On to Foster. Foster throws the ball out. He's picked up by Meadows. Meadows goes for the corner and he just speed takes him over. Kevin Meadows scores in the corner. There was two Wakefield players there, but he just brushed them aside. And scores Warrington's 6th try of the afternoon and takes them on to 30 points to 16. So Bob Jackson lines up the conversion attempt as Wakefield prepare to make their second substitution. Jackson then, he comes up, he strikes it well, great kick from Bob Jackson. His 4th. Makes it Warrington 32, Wakefield Trinity 16. And substitution being made. Off goes number 11, Neil Kelly, and he's replaced by Gary Thornton. Bob Jackson takes it safely. Roy Campbell drives forward, head down, makes back 5 yards. Tony Hodson goes to the acting half-back position, he sends it on to Tamati. Tamati trying to charge his way through. Tamati plays it to himself, surely it was offside, referee says it wasn't. Hodson to Peters, Kelly, Johnson. Space on this near side for Dwayne. Hands off one man back inside to Johnson. Johnson's now powering forward. Swings it back to Mark Foster. Beautiful pass. Foster is still going. The ball goes loose. It's picked up by substitute Thornton. There's good moves there for Warrington. The ball finally going loose at the final minute. And Thornton gratefully dived on it for Wakefield. Little break there from Sheldon. Conway goes himself on the play, the ball finds a gap, Conway's away, good break here from Conway, kicks his ahead, picked up by Drummond. Penalty though to Wakefield, obstruction again. Conway's making the most of it. And I think he's just been hit by a 10-ton tank though, he's acting. Lyons then decides to tap. Hopkinson makes it a shot to the Warrington 25. Lyons once more gives a dummy, caught though by Bob Jackson. Bell, Hopkinson. Bell once more, Halliwell, Lyons, Sheldon. But the move was spotted. Halliwell decides to kick for the corner. Rutherford's after it. It's well claimed by Brian Johnson. And that's a drop out for any thrown post for Warrington. 15 minutes to go. Warrington 32-16 in front. Bob Jackson to drop out. Well taken by Harkham, juggled it, but moves forward. Lyons goes himself. He's well caught low by Roy Campbell. Conway. Conway once more. Looking to go himself and finds the gap again. Conway must score now. Lyons, he juggles it but scores. John Lyons scores. And both linesmen are on. And they're going to call over Warrington player Brian Johnson. And it looks like he sent Brian Johnson off. Yes, and Brian Johnson has been sent off. In the 27th minute, Mr. Conway suddenly running down the field as if nothing had happened to him. Now running about like a spring chicken. So Harkham with the conversion attempt. And puts it through. The linesmen weren't sure.
This afternoon's Highlands of Match for Trinity, sponsored by Gallery of the Show. Number 7, Nigel Bell.
Wakefield Trinity 22, Warrington 32. There's still 12 minutes to go. Darren Abrahams warms up. And Darren Abrahams will come on to be replaced by Phil Catewell. Goes off to be replaced by Darren Abrahams. He'll go to full back. Peters restarts. Van Bellen takes it safely. And there's gap now here for Sheldon. Good tackle comes in from Joe Reparty. Hopkinson. Russell Klein. Bell to Lyons. Halliwell. The ball goes loose. Obstruction against Reparty, but Warrington back in possession anyway. Shape of Jackson. Samity onto Ken Kelly. Kelly makes it to the halfway line. 6 more tackles. Hodson goes himself, looks for a gap, moves forward. Peters goes right, switches it back to Tamity. Hodson to Bob Jackson. Jackson gets away from one man. Finally brought down over on that far side. Ken Kelly on to Steve Peters. Brings in Abrams. Ken Kelly goes himself on the play of the ball, goes across field, hands off one man, straightens up, throws it back to Tamity. Towers is quickly caught. 6 tackle then for Warrington. Abrams kicks downfield, hangs in the air. Rutherford takes it safely. Then slips, gets back up. Rutherford still going. Finally caught by Jackson and Abrams. Van Bellen. And a penalty given to Wakefield Trinity. And the linesman decides to come on. Don't know if he lives across the road from Wakefield, but he's certainly not been any friend of Warrington this afternoon. And I think he's going to talk to Tony Baddock in the dugout. Well, I'm sure Tony's aggrieved with some of the decisions that are going against Warrington at the moment, as the ball is put into touch over on that far side. Hopkinson. Lyons. Lyons goes to his half-back position, sends it out. Sheldon just managed to take it. Warrington were quickly up then to make sure he didn't get up. Lyons. Halliwell decides to kick. It's a good one. Good kick from Steve Halliwell, making his home debut for Wakefield after signing from St Helens a couple of weeks ago. So 7.5 minutes to go. Warrington with a 10-point advantage, 32 points to 22. To scrum down midway inside the Warrington 25. Linesman's on. As the substitute's being made, Kevin Harkham will go off. And Warrington have possession with Peters. On to Kelly. Gets away from one man, moves forward once more. Kevin Towerty. Kelly moves forward, hands it on to Peters. Peters strides forward. Injury there to Russell Klein. Kelly. And then it looks like an injury. Is it to Ken Kelly? Just managed to get back to his feet. Tamity. Peters throws the ball back to Campbell. Rapati. Rapati charging forward once more. Joe Rapati still going. Goes over on that far side. He's still going. Gets the ball back. Mark Foster. Tony Hodson to Steve Peters. Kelly. Tamity. Back to Kelly. They'll just tripped by Lyons, who was on the floor. 6 tackle. Jackson. Hodson to Dwayne. Dwayne kicks it forward, follows it himself. Dwayne's charging for it. And Roy Dwayne does well to stop right on his own line. Gary Thornton, but he slips. Wakefield have got the length of the field to go now, with only 6 minutes to go. Don't want to make any impression on the final scoreline. Van Bellen, he throws the ball back to Thornton. He can't make much ground. Going across the line, Conway to Halliwell. Throws it out. The ball's loose, Peters has it. And Warrington back in possession. Bob Jackson Tamati straightens up. Steve Peters over on that far side, he makes a couple of yards before he stops. Warrington then on the attack midway inside the Wakefield 25. Kevin Tamati's acting halfback for Warrington. Bob Jackson drives forward, it's one tackle, he's still going. Good strong run from Bob Jackson, takes Warrington 5 yards from the Wakefield line. Steve Peters waits for this one. Sends it on to Ken Kelly. Kelly switches it back to Rapati. Rapati knocks off one man, he knocks off another, and he scores. Joe Rapati there just knocked off 3 Wakefield players if he wasn't there. And stretched over to score his second try of the afternoon. And that's Warrington's 7th try. Increases it to 36-22. So the referee stops the clock, an injury. So Warrington at 36-22. Now look to have the points in the bag. So Bob Jackson, 4 goals so far this afternoon. Can he make it 5? He comes up, and he can. Goes straight through from Bob Jackson. Wakefield Trinity 22, Warrington 38. And there's 3 minutes to go. So Wakefield to restart. Steve Halliwell. Kevin Tamati takes it safely, moves down that far touch line. Roy Campbell goes himself when they play the ball, makes a couple of yards before he's stopped. Hodson this time. Bob Jackson. Hodson once more, sends it out to Peters, to Ken Kelly, juggles with it, managed to keep hold, throws it out to Dwayne. Dwayne on this near side, powering forward, swings it out to Drummond, he juggles with it, gets away from Thornton, back inside to Dwayne, the ball goes loose. And Wakefield back in possession, in the shape of Bell. Van Bellen, the ball, luckily for Thornton, managed to keep hold. Goes out left, Hopkinson. Throws the ball back. Kelly gives a dummy. Doesn't Phil Jackson. So a minute plus injury time is all that remains, as Wakefield still come forward in the shape of Russell Klein. Klein throws one out to Conway. Throws one back to Van Bellen. Van Bellen, hopeless pass, and Kevin Tamati. Hodson finally dives on it, and Tony Hodson has it. Hodson now moves forward. Closing seconds then of this Stones British Championship game. And Kevin Meadows has it over that far line, he's charging along that far touch line. Darren Abraham has it, that should be 6 more tackles. Referee doesn't signal, he does now. Ken Kelly. Peters, long pass to Jackson, Jackson straightens up, beats one man, beats another. Throws it out to Hodson. And Wakefield back in possession. Now in injury time. Wild pass taken by Lyons, gives a dummy. Now playing time added on. Hopkinson. Sheldon brings in Lyons and he can't take the pass, a knock on. And that's just gone down in injury time.
Attendance this afternoon at Bellevue, 1,800, 1,800.
Ken Kelly has it, dives on it bravely, gets back up. And there goes the final hooter. Warrington take the 2 points here this afternoon at Bellevue with a victory by 38 points to 22. Tries, 2 from Brian Johnson, 1 from Meadows, 1 from Mark Foster, 1 from Roy Dwayne and 2 from Joe Reparty. There was 5 goals from Bob Jackson. Wakefield's reply, tries from John Lyons, Billy Conway and Ian Sheldon. And there's 5 goals from Kevin Harkham. The final score then here at Bellevue and Wakefield. Wakefield Trinity 22, Warrington 38.